So, I have listened to this album across the weekend. I've listened to it a whole bunch, so this is my final opinion on this album. G'day guys, it's Phantom, and today we're going to be doing my first review of the year, album review from the new Kanye West and Dolla ign collaborative album, Vultures 1. Dropped a few days late, which was a bit annoying, even though we've had a whole bunch of delays, about like 3 months worth of delays or something like that. He first dropped it on Apple Music and then Spotify, which was also a bit annoying, but I got to listen to it on YouTube, and then once it actually dropped on Spotify, went to see if the quality increased a bit. So this album was one of my most anticipated albums of the year, considering that it didn't drop last year, which I was also disappointed. But I just wanted to hear some new Kanye material. Seeing him collaborate with Dolla ign, great. And I can't wait for the next two Vultures albums as well in the next 2 months. And Kanye's also supposed to be dropping a solo album, which I'm also very excited for. But is this album worth the wait? Is this album good? I'm going to talk about the positives first, and then the negatives, and then I'll go through each track and my thoughts on them. The positives is the collaborative between Dolla and Kanye West. Their dynamic together, fantastic. I love all their work together from their past features, and yeah, just them working together is really cool. And throughout the album, they play off each other a bit, not too much, which was kind of disappointing. But the ones that they were playing off each other were great, and Dolla as mainly on hooks, and there's a few verses here or there, but mainly on the hooks, I thought were all great. All of his hooks were standouts of the entire record, so I was very happy about that. Another one is some songs. We saw some old Kanye, some vintage Kanye verses, which I was very happy to hear. We haven't been getting too much old Kanye. We haven't old Kanye lyrics or verses, so I was kind of happy about that. There was a few great tracks as well. Some of the production on most of the songs were really solid as well. Although I'm going to go into my negatives now because there is quite a bit. Firstly, the most important one is the mixing. It honestly, it just doesn't feel polished. There's a lot of like sounds and just kicks or bass or whatever that just didn't sound polished and just sounded like in your face, in your ears, not really pleasant to listen to. There is one song in particular called Paperwork with Quavo that had that one sound play out through most of the track that was very annoying, and I did not like listening to that track at all because of that reason. Mainly the mixing is the major problem, and also with being a collaborative album, it honestly didn't feel like a Kanye album. It mainly felt like a Dolla album with some Kanye aspects on it as well, but it didn't really feel too much Kanye. There was a few songs where it was just Dolla and only like 25 seconds of Kanye, which honestly I didn't really like, and some of the features outshone the two main artists, which it happens, but it probably happened too frequently. Also, the songs with Playboi Carti were kind of average. Him doing the the deeper voice that he's been doing lately. I mean, I can see some appeal to it. He's doing something different, but he just kind of sounds like an old man just mumbling, and that is like my impression. This is my impression. He's like, that's exactly what he sounds like. You can't tell me otherwise. Otherwise, I don't know what your ears are doing, but that is exactly what he sounds like. Honestly, there is some parts of his features that were pretty interesting, like on the song Boxom. When he got further into his verse, it kind of sounded interesting, but him getting off the ground didn't sound good at all, and same with Carnival. Honestly, I don't really see the appeal on Carnival. People have been saying it is the best track. It is top 1 on the album. I think that it is probably bottom 5 of the album, to be honest. It honestly sounds like something that you would play at a game, which is not a bad thing at all, but it just sounds like that. And the hook from Rich the Kid just sounded like some cartoon theme song, like "Go go go, it's in your carnival," and his verse wasn't really that interesting either. People have been glazing on his verse and hook, saying that it is his most insane verse ever, which I've heard better Rich the Kid stuff than this. Honestly, it was very disappointing hearing what I heard with all the praise that this song has gotten. The standout is probably Dolla and Kanye on some aspects, but that song wasn't all that. I'm gonna go down track by track, give my thoughts on them real quick. Stars, pretty good opener. Wasn't too crazy on that one, but it was pretty solid. Keys to My Life, again, pretty solid. Wasn't too crazy about that one though. Paid, one of my favorites on the album. It is so great. The hook from Dolla again, amazing. Talking with Northwest, I think is a better child feature than Adonis, but she wasn't too great either, even though she is a kid. She has some learning and stuff to do, but wasn't too crazy. And the second part, once again, was pretty good addition. It could have been 2 tracks, but yeah, we got those. Back to Me was the massive leak and everything snippet. One of the best tracks. Is probably my second favorite track on the album, or probably second or third favorite. Hood Rat, I thought was pretty great as well. That backing track in the background where it goes hoorah, hoorah, I thought was pretty hype. So I thought that was a pretty good song as well. Do It, another great song, amazing hook. It is a vibe. It is so much fun, and yeah, pretty good track as well. Paperwork, I already told it's annoying. Burn, it could be my favorite track if it was a bit longer. It is only like 2 minutes, and I just wanted it to be a bit longer. I wanted another verse from Dolla, but that hook is amazing, and that song is just gave me the old Kanye that I've always wanted, and everything about this track is perfection in my opinion. Track 10 with Playboi Carti and Travis Scott. Travis Scott didn't really do that much for me on this one. He just kind of appeared and then disappeared and then appeared again, which didn't really bring anything to the song. Again, kind of an overrated track. Vultures, the lead single for the album. It's kind of annoying when the title track of an album is the worst song on the album. It didn't really do that much for me. Carnival, again, overrated. Beg Forgiveness with Chris Brown was a major surprise. I haven't been hearing too much great Chris Brown material in ages, and this song is amazing. A bit too long though. One of my favorites again. Good Don't Die. It kind of gives me Moon with Don Toliver and Kid Cudi from his Donda album. Kind of give me those vibes with an amazing sample that was amazing. It is a vibe again. It's the song that will get you in the mood, and amazing, beautiful sample. Problematic probably has one of Kanye's best verses on the entire album. His delivery, everybody's delivery on this album is on this song, incredible as well. And King, it is the most controversial one with all the lyrics and topics that he's touching on. Honestly, that Taylor Swift line wasn't too crazy. Not saying that it was bad, like not too crazy as in shouldn't be getting as much hate. It's just stating facts. Overall, this album was pretty alright. Probably his least, probably one of my least favorites from him, like ever. Probably his weakest since Watch the Throne or Yeezus, which if you love Yeezus, that's fine. I don't really think it's too crazy, but this may be bottom 3 Kanye for me, which is a bit of a shame because I wanted to love this album. But it has some great moments, it has some stinkers, but that's what it is. This album was alright. So yeah, what were your thoughts on this album? Are you excited for the next 2 Vultures? I hope that they are better than this one. I've heard that they are going to be fixing some of the mixing on this album, so I hope that happens. But yeah, that's my thoughts. See you.